Good evening, it's Jeff and Wilma at Budrum, and this evening I want to show you this pinto bean curry that we made this evening for ourselves. And everything in that's out of the garden except for the garlic. So we bought the garlic. And we're going to show you how we go about making this. I have two Knobby Snapper frames. Just going to cook them down in 3 cups of water. I'm not going to let it come to a hard boil, just a nice simmer and let it all break up. So our stock is cooked down. Now I didn't let it cook enough so that the backbone broke up, because it can taste a little bit a bit too strong if you let the backbone break up. That's why I don't boil it too hard. Now that's all broken up nicely. And the next thing, just going to strain all this through my steamer saucepan, and then I can apply a bit of pressure on it and on all the bones and get every bit out of it. And this is where your steamer comes in handy, because you can put pressure on it without doing any damage. Just sort of get every bit of juice you can out of that. And then once that's done, you can just discard all this. I have a saucepan of boiling water. I'm just going to put 1.5 cups of my frozen pinto beans in there. When it comes back to the boil, I'm going to let it boil for 30 minutes on a fairly good boil. I'll take this away and you can see this beautiful stock that we got out of it. The heat turned on here, and a heavy base saucepan. I'm just going to put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and then I'm going to put a couple of these ice blocks of turmeric. Put those in. And I've got 4 garlic cloves chopped up, and I've got a generous amount of the red shallots chopped up. Put all them in. About a good tablespoon of our finely minced crystallised ginger. I'm probably going to put more than that. We've got a fair bit of this on hand. I'm going to put in about half a tablespoon of this sweet chilli sauce. This is the hot sweet chilli sauce, not the super hot sweet chilli sauce that we made last week. I'm just going to saute this. Right, so now this is cooked, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of this fish masala. So do you want to zoom in on that? We got that from an Indian spice shop. And we're going to cook that for about 1 minute. It's been cooking for about a minute. I'm just going to add a whole can of this coconut cream, 400 ml of coconut cream. That's looking beautiful. Thicken that up. I'm going to add a half a cup of cut in half raw cashews. So there's half a cup of raw cashews. So never use cooked cashews or roasted cashews. And I have half a cup of sultanas. Putting them in. Stir that around. And might give that about 10 minutes. And let the sultanas and cashews soak up some of that juice. And I'll probably leave the lid on. Just going to drain and rinse these pinto beans. Give them a bit of a rinse. And have these standing by. Right, so this has been simmering for 10 minutes. So the next thing I'm going to do with this is add my stock. Bring it back to the simmer. I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of my sea salt. I made that after my last fishing trip. The next thing I'm going to put in, I might as well put in now, I've got a packet of my frozen snake beans. They've been cooked and frozen, and I'm just going to put that in. So I'm just cutting up some of our frozen cooked eggplant, just dicing them up. Everything out of here in this is out of our garden except for the garlic. So we've got a generous amount of these eggplant because we've got heaps of them in the freezer. So we've got a really bumper crop out of 3 plants. Amazing. I might just put those in. Give myself a bit more room. putting the last of my eggplant in there. So stir it around a bit and bring this to a simmer. I'm just cutting up some Ceylon spinach, and that'll act as a thickener for the curry. And if you haven't got Ceylon spinach and you want it a bit thicker, you can use cornstarch, I guess. This has been simmering for about 10 minutes, so what I'm going to do is add my Ceylon spinach and my pinto beans. Just going to stir that through and just let it simmer a bit longer and let the Ceylon spinach do its job to thicken it up a little bit more. With the protein from out of the fish and the pinto beans and the cashews, we don't need any more protein, I don't think. Let that simmer a bit. In the meantime, we're just cooking up some sweet potato and sweet corn to make a bed for it to sit on. So all I'm going to add to this mash, my sweet potato and sweet corn mash, is just a good pinch of my sea salt, about a third of this carton of light sour cream. I'll just add that all to it. And just mix that through as you would. That looks beautiful on its own. Well, this curry is looking really good. So it's simmering nicely. Just going to turn it off and it's ready to dish up. Now the idea is for the mash to soak up the curry juice. Now there's Wilma's. That's mine. So as you can see here, there's enough to last us about 3 nights. So you put all this effort in one night and you've got enough to last you for 2 or 3 nights, 3 or 4 nights. It's real good wholesome food. Now that's ready to eat. Anyway, we're going to have our dinner now. So thanks for watching and we'll catch you later. Bye.